Hi, this is iChongqing, and today we're at the Beibei District Museum, and it is our great pleasure to have this handsome guy as our guest. Please have an introduction.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I live here in Beibei. Looking forward to seeing the museum today.
Okay, maybe let's go.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just walk.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Beibei Museum. Relying on the rich historical and cultural resources of Beibei, now we have got this Beibei Museum, which is a comprehensive reflection of the Beibei's history and culture. The museum consists of 4 sections, exhibits along the line of time, and give us a comprehensive view of the more than 2,000 years of rich history and culture of this place. First of all, I would like to introduce to you the name of the Beibei, the origin of the name of Beibei. Beibei used to be called, since the Qing dynasty, since there is a huge rock that sticks out in the center of the Jiangling River, which is called Bei, pronounced in the Chinese pronunciation. And because Beibei lies in the north of Chongqing, which also is pronounced Bei in the Chinese, Bei, which means North Rock. This is the painting, as you can see on the wall, one of the so-called 12 wonderful sceneries of the ancient Bayu. And this painting is called the Clouds of the Jingyun Mountain. Beibei in the ancient time was the central or the key area of the ancient Ba state. Actually, as you can see, in the year 494 AD, which is the Jianwu of the Southern Dynasty, the Dongyang, which is the local place name of Beibei, was established as a prefecture. This is actually a coffin, vividly reflects the local folklore that is also from the Beibei. This is a very distinctively shaped what we call a tomb. It's called the Tomb of Bow. As you can see, actually it's the outer layer of the coffin. Inside there's the coffin, but the outer layer of the coffin is composed of more than 2,000 China-ware bowl. It first appeared in the early Ming Dynasty, according to the historical document, and it became actually in fashion or some sort of like popular in this area with the arrival of the immigrants from the eastern China, which brought this custom actually from their original place, and but it became rooted in Chongqing and in this locality.
So why did they use bowls?
Okay, bowls signifies the well-being. You are well fed. You don't go hungry, right? You have bowl, that means you have food supply. So this very good imagination or signal, because these people, they are newly arrived immigrants. They just get to settle down here, and they wish that their descendants will always be well fed and warmly clothed and live a decent life here without getting, without starving. So both just signify this kind of, a comfortable life. Now we get into the exhibition hall, which is called rural construction. As we can see at the front, these are the statue of Mr. Lu Zuofu and Lu Ziying. And Mr. Lu Zuofu is the exemplary figure of rural construction. If you know actually the historical background of Beibei, before, at the date shortly before Mr. Lu's arrival, in early 1920s, Beibei is located in actually a border region of 4 different counties in East Sichuan, and it's like it's an outlawed area. There's no government jurisdiction there, so the bandits are running rampant. So at that time, yeah, before his arrival. So how did Mr. Lu Zuofu accomplish such a great feat, actually great accomplishment within less than 20 years after his arrival? This is actually a very wonderful achievement. He put forward that the significance or the meaning of rural construction have 2 points. One is to alleviate people's pain and suffering. The second is to promote people's happiness. So yeah, he used this as his own guiding campo and really made painstaking effort to put these ideas into practice. The bandits must be put down, right? Must be suppressed. So he organized and set up a bureau of Gorge area defense. And the second, to promote people's happiness, he formally started, reforming the whole society and economy. Even at that very early time, before 1949, right? Mr. Lu already put forward the so-called idea of full modernization, which were focused on the economical construction, transportation construction, and education, and the urbanization of some countryside area.
Well, was there a certain one that was maybe implemented first?
有哪一点，比如说是 the transportation came first, because you need to build road in order to get rich. In 1926, Mr. Wu and his corporation built the first ship in Shanghai, and finally in the peak time, it developed to grow. The number of the ships grow to be about 70 or 80 ships, which is quite impressive.
Yeah.
At that time, a lot of the people, Chinese people, they were illiterate. So Mr. Lu, specifically for the purpose, he set up a newspaper publishing house, a newspaper press called the Jiang newspaper, which is named after the local river. And himself was the chairman of the press and also the editor. And those newspapers were produced and given away free to people to read.
How have his ideas, how have they impacted the rest of maybe China or Chongqing and its modernization and construction?
Mr. Lu's effort in this place in Beibei was actually the most exemplary in terms of its actual results, right? The real concrete accomplishments. So it actually had quite far-reaching influence to the rest of in the rest of China. But unfortunately, originally expected the continuous influence was interrupted by the war effort, the war of resistance against the Japanese aggression. So unfortunately, the influence was cut in the middle in that time.
Beibei is famous for its rural reconstruction. So, do you know anything about the campaign?
Well, from what we've learned today, it seems like the people of Beibei were maybe not in such good shape. Maybe they didn't have very good health care. Maybe they didn't have very good education. But after the construction, that period of time in the 1930s, it seems like things really got a lot better.
Apart from the beautiful scenery of the Jinyun Mountain, Beibei district has many other things for you to explore. From its past, because of the rural reconstruction campaign, Beibei has developed a lot. And today's Beibei is much better than before, and its future is promising.